Good morning. So I wanted to start off because I noticed that a lot of people are not in my quizzes yet. Now, what I mean by that is, actually, let me go over here. So when you went to or you need to go to the stream, and you're going to scroll down to where it says, "Please join my class, um, my like quizzes class." Sorry, I'm totally blanking on this. And it seems like it just posted as well because I asked that it resend invites. I believe you should have gotten one to your email account. So double check that too. So when you get into quizzes, you're going to have this one practice due. You will have a second one that I'm going to post tomorrow because this is all just practice for your quiz on Friday over independent and dependent clauses. So it should be kind of fun, I believe. I'm hopeful that it will be fun. So there's step one. Step two of today is that, sorry, if you could please click on this Clever link and try to log in. That would be one task that I want you to attempt to do today. So we're trying to roll out this website of Clever. So basically it will house all of the websites that we use, like USA Test Prep, quizzes for one, Google Classroom, email. Everything should just be on this. So you only have to log in once and then you can just click to go to that website. Basically think of it like a folder, like the apps of the day kind of folder that we made in class. But this one's just called Clever. So try to log in. Let me know if you can't, group A and virtual. So you will complete the quizzes thing today on independent dependent clauses, remembering your subordinating conjunctions, and that will help you. So the only thing that I really want to talk to you about is your example snapshot from yesterday. So I'm going to move this guy over. And I actually think I'm going to make it, oh, I can't because it would extend. Anyway, so this is one example. So again, what I did, I just went into a random class, I pulled up a random person's, and I copied and pasted it over. So I want to look at this example with you today, and I have up the picture just so you know we can have it and help guide ourselves. So one of the things I asked you to do, and it just did not transfer over to when I copied and pasted it to a PowerPoint, was identifying your independent and dependent clauses. So we're going to do that today on this one as we read through it. So it started off, as I drove up to the house. So that is a dependent clause. I know it because it starts with the subordinating conjunction of as. So I am going to highlight that in blue. As I drove up to the house, I had the urge to turn the car around and leave. So that's my independent clause. So I'm looking for things in here, like we talked in class. Are you providing sensory details? How many are you giving? Are you really trying to make sure I can see, this picture in your snapshot? But this was where my friend told me to meet her. So I parked my car and waited in silence. Technically, dependent clause. I'm just going to highlight just two, though. The two buildings before me were both tall and didn't seem like they were being occupied. Good vocabulary. My friend hadn't told me what she wanted to meet, but I trusted her. Minutes passed and I listened to the soft sound of wind blowing through the sky. That was the only sound until I heard the scream. So until I heard the scream is actually going to be a dependent clause. That was the only sound would be my independent clause. I also like that she didn't just say, like, I hear the scream. I hear the wind. I hear it blowing. So it's all just embedded into here. I knew it was my friend Kylie, and before the scream stopped, I jumped out of my car and ran to the buildings, trying to decide which of the screams came from. I tried to ignore the mess of foliage as I ran, the hardest I'd ever ran. The scream happened again, and I veered left as I realized the sound was coming from the house. As I reached the door, obvious dependent, I grabbed the handle and felt something cold and wet. Ooh, what's this gonna be? I looked down at my hand and saw blood. Oh no. It was coating the door handle and was on the ground. Panic began to set in and I crashed through the door. The smell of blood and dust overwhelmed me and I began coughing. And then I felt a fist connect with my jaw and I fell into the floor. A fist connect with my jaw. That. The metallic tang of blood filled my mouth and I blacked out. Cool. So The only thing I think in this one, I would have loved to know more about like this grave site. I feel like that's kind of skipped over. But I think it was a good example of just like a mini story. You can find on the internet podcasts that are just mini stories, just kind of snapshot stories, and they're kind of spooky. Wouldn't be a bad idea to look those up if you're struggling with this. And again, here's another example. So hopefully this helps you. Today, you are going to take another one. So if you can't tell, like this is kind of the whole point of this week, and this one's going to be it. Now you don't have as much to go off of, so you're going to have to get way more imaginary than what you have been, or imaginative than what you have been. So I think the colors are very vibrant. Tree limbs. It does look like minimal leaves on there. And I don't know, are these birds or are these leaves? I don't know. Is this a church? I don't know. I'm interested to hear what you're going to say. So your job today will be, again, to just go back and create that snapshot. I am, again, going to ask that you highlight your independent and dependent clauses. So just pay attention to the directions on the assignment. I'm going to make today's video just shorter since you all have already had the instruction on Monday, Tuesday. So if you have any questions today, please let me know. Remember, if your narrative is not turned in, you need to get it turned in so I can get it graded. Make sure your rubric is attached and it's graded. I'll tell you to go back and watch October 7th video if it has not been. Otherwise, guys, that should take care of today. Just remember on Friday you will have a quiz on these independent and dependent clauses. So if you need a lot of extra help, please let me know. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.